Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, everyone. Let's open up our Sidurim, this beautiful blue book right here, to page 192 for a blessing over the space. How wonderful are your tents, your sanctuaries, your dwelling places, O Jacob. And each time we sing the refrain, let's experience the sweetness of the day. Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, vani berov chastecha, ahavo beitecha, eshtacha velecha l'kodshecha, be'iratecha. Everyone, ma tovu, ma tovu, ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, mishkenotecha Yisrael.
Well, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Look at this beautiful group of people here this morning. Molly, look at all these people. They look so nice. I love that. Well, Shabbat Shalom and welcome. We are just delighted to be here this morning for two reasons. The first of which, hate to break it to you, Molly, the first reason we're here is because it's Shabbat. And we're here every Saturday morning because it's Shabbat, and this is what we as Jews do on Shabbat. We come on Saturday mornings and we find this space to breathe and to be present and joyful in the beauty of this day. And we are so lucky here in Arizona that it truly is a beautiful day, and we get to take in all of the wonder of Shabbat morning. And secondly, we are here because, and I know most of us are really here, because it is the bat mitzvah of Molly Magid, that she will become bat mitzvah in just probably about 45 minutes or so. It doesn't happen automatically. We'll let you know when the moment occurs, and you can tell us if, she looks any different after the fact. But we are here to celebrate your entrance into the Jewish people as an adult, that you are now, or will be by the end of the service, counted in a minyan and count as an adult in our community. And with that comes some responsibility as well. But you've shown us in preparation for today that you're ready for it. So we are delighted to welcome you, and we are wishing an early mazel tov to your parents, Seth and Dina, and your sister Annie, who is watching everything because she knows she's on deck. So it is just a beautiful day to be here for so many reasons. For those of you who have not been to a bar bat mitzvah service or to a synagogue before, or perhaps it's been a while, this book that most of you have, this is your guide for the morning. This is our Siddur, our prayer book. We'll be calling pages as we go. It is important to know that it goes in the Hebrew direction, which means that what seems like the front is actually the back. What seems like the back is actually the front. And so as we call those page numbers, you'll want to keep that in mind. If you open up to pretty much any random page, what you'll see is that on the right side of the page, we have the Hebrew. If you can't read Hebrew, congratulations, you just learned. There is transliteration right next to it, Hebrew written out in English letters, so you can all follow along. Underneath, we have a fairly accurate, fairly literal translation. And then on the left side of the page, we have poetry and interpretive readings so that you can take your own meaning from the prayers and what they mean. If at any point you find yourself lost in the Siddur and you're waiting for that next page number, never fear. Just take a moment, enjoy the page that you're on, because as I like to say, sometimes the page that you're on is where you're meant to be. And so you can just read and take that time for yourself. I would like to invite everyone to please turn off cell phones or put them away or on vibrate or whatever you need to do so that you can focus and be present here in your joy and your love this morning as we officially begin our service. And so the first thing that we'll need to do, Molly, is we need to dress you like a Jewish adult. So I would like to invite your friend from camp, Emily Halpern, to present you with your talit. We know that Camp Harlem has been an important part of your Jewish identity. And as a fellow camp person, not Camp Harlem, but Camp Newman and Camp Stein, all I can say is that's how we learn to love our Jewish selves is at camp. So I'm so glad you're here and glad you've had this experience.
My dearest Molly, after many months of studying at camp and then together on Zoom, I cannot believe we are here today in Arizona celebrating you becoming a bat mitzvah. Besides having the honor of being your resident Hebrew tutor, I have the opportunity to bless you with your talit. Molly, today you'll be able to wrap yourself in this talit or prayer shawl for the first time. The talit welcomes you to your new world as a Jewish adult. As you put on your talit, hear the voices of the generations who came before you. Feel the call of your ancestors as before you begin your journey. Their wisdom, faith, courage, and devotion are links in the chain of tradition in which you are now a part of. May your words and deeds carry you into a future which is creative and alive. I love you.
Molly, do you remember the blessing?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishana lehitateh b'tzitzit.
Amen.
Amen.
Beautiful. Hugs and kisses. All right, you get to relax for just one. No, you don't. You get to stay right here. It was. You messed me up. Yeah, I'll blame him. All right, let's turn to page 198 for Birkot HaShachar, our blessings for every day. You can take your mask off. When I'm next to you, I'll put mine on.
Okay.
And they're all going to hold me accountable to that, okay?
Okay.
Deep breath. Why is everyone here? Because they love you. There's your smile. You're you. It's all you have to be. All right, whenever you're ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu L'savik bina l'havim ben yom u'v'layla, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
And we all say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pohet ha'ivrim, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim, who frees the captive.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sof kef kefufim, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam okar ha'aretz al hamayim, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hameken matzadei gaver, who strengthens our steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim, who clothes the naked.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten le'aref koach, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanovir shena mina udnuma me'afapai, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech melech haolam, shesani b'tzelem Elohim, who had made me in the image of God.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani bat hoin, who has made me free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani Yisrael, who has made me a Jew.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Ozer Yisrael b'ktifara, who guards Israel with strength.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Oter Israel b'ktifara, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Beautifully done. You can go relax for just a minute. And we'll turn all together to page 218 for Psalm 150. One note as we get started, I noticed, sorry, I know you were about to
No,
start.
great. Jackie Vamps.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I see we have a lot of kids here with us today. This is awesome. This is good. We like kids in services. We know that kids make noise sometimes. That's okay. Don't worry. But if you get what my dad calls the spilkies, which is like you're just wiggling a little too much and you kind of need a break, it's okay to take a break, to head out to the rotunda, take a breath, use the restroom, get a drink, and come on back in. Don't hesitate. Don't worry. We love kids. We want you here. Feel good about it, okay? I think it's time to make some noise.
Oh, yes.
That's what this prayer is all
Joyful
about.
noise, right? Hallelujah, hallelujah. That's the only word. That's the only word you have to do. The rest is you clap along with the beat. Sometimes that's harder, but it's okay. Here we go. Hallelujah, 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 Gotta pick it up a little bit. Hallelujah, 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 beteka shofar, hallelujah, benevel vechinor, hallelujah, betochu machor, hallelujah, beminim ve'ugal, hallelujah, 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 Messias lei shama, hallelujah, Messias lei chua, kol haneshama te hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Page 224.
יתקטן ויתקדש שמי רבה
Amen.
ועל מה דברה חירותי והמליך מלכותי בחי יכולנו ויום יכולנו וחי לכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Vishtabach, Vipar, Vitama, Vinase, Vithadar, Vithalem, Vithalal, Shemei, the Kudesha, Brichu, Leila, Min Kol Birchata, Vishirata, Tushbechata, Venechemata, Damiran, Pealma, Vimeru. Amen.
Let's turn to page 226 and stand for the Barchu, our call to worship.
Let's try that together. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Let's all try that. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed. Everyone. Yai, lai, 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 lai.
Page 228.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvorei choshech oseh shalom uvorei et hakol.
Ha'ma'ir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha berachamim. U'tuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reishit. Ma'rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam b'chochma asita. Mal'ah ha'aretz kinyanecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu al shevach ma'aseh yadecha. Ve'al me'orei or she'asita yifa'arucha selah.
Or chadash al Zion ta'ir v'nizkechu lanu mehera le'oro. Baruch atah Adonai yoser ha'meorot.
Page 230.
How deeply you have loved us, Adonai, our God, gracing us with surpassing compassion on account of our forebears, whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life. Be gracious to us, teaching us as well. O merciful one, have mercy on us by making us able to understand and discern, to heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah. Enlighten our eyes with your Torah, focus on our minds on your mitzvot, unite our hearts in love and reverence for your name. Then we will never feel shame, never deserve rebuke, and never stumble. Having trusted in your great and awesome holiness, we shall celebrate your salvation with joy.
Gather us
In peace with the four corners of the earth, and lead us upright to our land. For you, O God, work wonders. You chose us. Truly, you drew us near to your great name, that we might acknowledge you, declaring you one in love.
Praise be you, Adonai, who chooses your people Israel in love. Baruch atah Adonai, avochem emo Yisrael pe'ahava. Shema Yisrael
may be seated. Let's turn to page 234.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elecha b'kol levaha uv'kol hoshaha uv'kol meodeha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher nohi metzaveha hayom al levaveha ve'shinatam levaneha Vidibatam bam, Meshivteha, Bireteha, Uleteha, Baderek, Ushakleha, Uvkumeha, Ushaktam leo, Daliadeha, Lehayulitatafot, Beneneha, Uvtaftam, Almizizot, Beteha, Uvishaweha. Lemon tiskeru, Vaisitem et komis votai, Vitem kedoshim Elohehem, Ani Adonai Elohehem, Asher notzetietem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lahem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohehem. Adonai Elohehem, Amen.
Let's read responsively with Molly on page 239.
The eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore.
You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor? Asked God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing.
Page 240.
We're going to begin with a lie. That's called a nitgun, and it's very easy to sing. Yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, lie. Then Rabbi gives two claps. Yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 lie. Let's sing together and watch Rabbi for the claps. Here we go. All pressure. Yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 lie. Michamocha, who is like you, O God? Let's try that. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nehedar b'kodesh, lo ratehi lo tosefele, lo ratehi lo tosefele. Shira chadashah, to sing a new song to God. Shira chadashah, shimechu ge'ulim, לשמחה לשפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו, הודו והמליכו, ואמרו יא לי 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 לי, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי לי Adonai himloch leolam vaed, Sur Yisrael, Kulma be'ezrat Yisrael, Ufereichen umecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael, Go'aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai,
Let's stand and turn to page 242 for the Amidah, our standing prayer. where we have the chance to look deeply within ourselves to find the words that will come forward to our lips.
Adonai sefatavtita ufia Kehilah teha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarach Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor HaNoah El Elyon Gomel Hazadim Tovim Vechonei Hakol V'Zoher Asdei Avot Ve'imaot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahaba Melech Ozer Mashiach Umagen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mehayeh HaKol Atah Rav Le'Oshia Mashiva Ruach Moed HaGashem Melkalkel Hayim Behesed Mehayeh HaKol Berachamim Amim Somech Nofim Ve'Rofeh Olim Umatir Asurim Umechayem and Umato Mishenei Alpha Mihamo Chabal Givurot Umidon Elach Melech Mimi Umechayeh Udmat Mi'ag Yeshua V'lemanata Yotakol Baruch atah Adonai Mehayeh HaKol.
We continue with the Kedushat Hashem, sanctifying God's holy name, on page 248. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך וכרז אל ספי אמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד קולך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. We find an expression of Shabbat joy at the top of page 250. This is one that even if you don't know the words, it's somewhere deep inside of you, even if you've never heard it before. And keep in mind that even if you don't know the Hebrew words, a yai lalai, a baba bum will always suffice.
Yeah, but bim bam bim bam.
That works too.
Yeah,
Top
but
of page 250.
ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. רצית בו וקידשתו שבת, חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי שבת וקורא עונג שבת. זכר למעשה וראשית שבת. זכר למעשה וראשית שבת. Everybody now. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי שבת וקורא עונג שבת.
We don't need to clap, but we can always give a little woo.
You always give a little woo.
Let's take that time now, that joyful inspiration, for some personal, private prayers. You can either use the words in the book, or you can use the words in your heart, and we'll come back together with a prayer for peace on page 258.
God, grant peace, goodness, and blessing, grace, kindness, and mercy to us and to all your people Israel. Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha, page 258. Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha ba'olam. Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha ba'olam. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim, chen v'chesed v'rachamim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amecha. Let's all try that. Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha ba'olam. Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha ba'olam. Ki ve'or panecha, ki ve'or panecha natat lanu Adonai Eloheinu. ואהבת חסד וצדקה ורחמים וחיים ושלום ושלום. Can we try that? Sing, 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 shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. One more time. Sing, 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 shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim, chen v'chesed v'rachamim, chen v'chesed v'rachamim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amecha. One more time. Sing, 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 shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. Sing, 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 shalom, tova uvracha ba'olam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
At this time, we come to our Torah service. And in just a few moments, Molly is going to share with us all of the preparation she has done as she has learned to chant from the Torah scroll itself, which is no easy task. Not only do you not just get to read it, she's actually learned to follow an ancient way of chanting the words that offer some insight into their expression. And there's no vowels in the Torah. I don't know how many of you have seen a Torah up close, but imagine trying to read a whole book in an ancient language and you don't even get vowels. So she's worked really, really hard. She's getting a lot of thumbs up right now. You're going to be great. You've done all the hard work. This is the easy part, right? The hard stuff was everything you did in the last, 9 months. So here we are. We are at this moment, and she is reading from Parshat Toldot, which is a fun one because it's about siblings. And we know that a sibling relationship is important and present and not always easy. Am I right, Annie? Sometimes there's maybe some bumps along the way. But what we learn from Jacob and Esau in the Torah portion this week is that sometimes there is a line that you don't want to cross when it comes to challenging your siblings. Jacob crosses that line and it damages permanently the relationship between the two brothers. And I think that what we have seen here from Annie and Molly and the example that is given from Dina and Seth is that family is first. Family's first. And what we do here is the opposite of what we learn in the Torah. Sometimes that's how those lessons work. And so today we are excited to both hear Molly chant and to learn her interpretation of the Torah portion itself. Now, in just a few moments, not yet, but in just a minute, I'm going to invite Annie up to open the ark, and I'm also going to invite up the generations of Molly's family, who are going to literally, physically pass the Torah from generation to generation. And as we see them lined up before us, we also imagine all of the generations who came before, everybody, don't, hold on, I'll tell you when, relax. All of the generations that came before, all of the people who had to pass Torah in their time in order to be here at this moment when Molly receives Torah. And we also imagine all of the generations yet to come, all of the people that Molly is going to teach Torah to, all of the people Molly is going to teach Torah to both at camp and through the actions, the kind-hearted actions of the person that you are. This is how you share Torah with the world. I'm going to say more nice things to you later, so I'll stop there for the moment. And now let's all stand. Annie, will you come and help us open the ark? And for the generational passing, Judy and Lawrence Magid, Alana Hostetter, and Dina and Seth Magid. Okay.
Ein kamocha va'elohim Adonai ve'ein kema'asecha malechutecha malchut kol olamim ולממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אב הרחמים, היטיב אוויר צונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים, כי בכל לבד פתחנו, מלך אל רם ונישא, אדון עולמים. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה, תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה, תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו. גדלו לאדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו. לדור ודור נגיד קודלך, לדור ודור we protect this chain, from generation to generation. Lidor vador, these lips will praise your name. Lidor vador, nagid kodlecha. Lidor vador, we protect this chain, from generation to generation. Lidor vador, these lips will praise your name. Lecha Adonai hagedula ve'hagevura ve'hatiferet ve'hanetzach ve'hahod, ki chol bashamayim u'va'aretz, ki chol bashamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha ve'haminaseh lechol lerosh. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lecha har kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lecha har kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Al shlosha devarim.
Do you want to get the other side too? All right, go for it. Have fun.
Al shlosha devarim ha'olam, ha'olam, amen. Let's keep the clapping going. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim ha'olam, ha'olam, amen. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam omen. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam omen. You may be seated.
You always wanted to be the one to say that, huh?
Yep. Feels good. I got the power.
All right, Molly, how you feeling? Shaky. All right, so this, you know what? What I said to Molly earlier, come stand right here, is it's okay to feel that way because that means that you know that this is important. You know, if you weren't feeling like, whew, this is a big deal, I'd be more worried. Let's find your special yad here. You want to tell us about this yad?
So at summer camp, we started, we were making yards because we was preparing for a bar b'nai or bat mitzvah, and we was making clays, and I picked these two colors because that's my two favorite, and I mixed it up and I made it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I love that it means that Camp Harlem is right there in your hand with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an important part of who you are, so we're glad that you have the representation here today. All right, so it is time to get ready to read Torah. If you are following along in the Plout Humash, it's not the Siddur that you've been using, but it's the book of Torah that we have. It's on page 173. However, you can also follow along just right here in your service pamphlet, so you don't need to bother with the extra book, unless you're with us online. That is page 173 of the Plout Humash. For our first aliyah this morning, we are going to invite Alana, Sam, Gabriella, and Eden, your uncle, your aunt, and cousins.
Yom Tov Rishon.
Oh, there it is. Come on over to my side. But you stay here. You're reading. Come on over here. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen.
Amen. Ve'ele toldot Yitzhak ben Avraham Holit et Yitzhak. Vahi Yitzhak ben Abayim Shana. Bekakto et Rivka. Betuel Hanarim. Mi padan aram aot. Lavana mi lo leisha. Vaita Yitzhak Adonai leno akishto. Kiakoahi. Vaitelo Adonai. Vataha Rivka ishto.
Beautiful. Blessing after.
Baruch
Ata Adonai.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Beautiful. Hugs and kisses, lots of love. You can come stand over by Cantor. And for our second aliyah, we invite grandparents and aunts and uncles. Larm, is that Larm? Larry. I thought Larm maybe wasn't right. Larry and Judy, Mark and Janine, and Jeremy and Kelly.
Yamdu Sheni.
You're going to come stand right here. Come on over here. Here we go. Oh, we got some more. Come on up. Beautiful.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'nasan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notzein haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vawatetsu habani bekeba vatomer inkain lamazeh anochi betele lidrosh et Adonai. Vayomer Adonai la shenei goim bevisnech ushanei laumim yimai ki poedu milom yamat bevav yavod sa'ir. Vimlu yamehal laledet vetenei tomim bevitna.
Blessing after.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natav b'tocheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai notzein haTorah.
Amen.
Beautiful job. Hugs and kisses. And you can stand over on the other side of the podium. For our third aliyah, some very, very proud parents, Dina and Seth, please come join us.
Tamod Dina Yamod Shmuel Yamtu Shelishi.
Ready? Yes. Baruchu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayiseh had rishon admoni kulo ke'adeu et se'ah vayigru shemo esav v'haret kain yatsa hahiv v'yado oheset ba'kev esav vayigra shemo Yaakov v'yitzhak ben shumshim shana belelet otam vayigdalu anarim vayhi esav ish Odea Said Ishade Yaakov Isham Oshev Ohalim.
Beautiful. Blessing after.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natav b'tocheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Hugs and kisses. No, they warned me about all the giggling, but now I see it. So this is the moment, Molly. This is the moment when you become bat mitzvah, because everything that you have done up until this point is something that can be done by a Jewish person who's studied and knows how. But to say the blessing before the Torah reading, that's something that an adult has to do. So here you are. You've done all the work. You've done all the practicing. You have really proven to all of us that you are an adult in the eyes of our community. So we now offer you this chance to say the blessing, but first Cantor's going to call you in a fancy way.
It's pretty fancy. Okay. Tamod, Tamod, Abachura Habat Mitzvah, Gila Sofia, Bat Shmuel Vedina, Chazak, Chazak, Venit Chazik.
Baruch et Adonai Hamavah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamavah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Vayahav Yitzhak et Esav kisahid befiv v'yikra ohevet et Yaakov. Vayized Yaakov nazir vayavo Esav min hasadeh vehu ayef. Vayomer Esav el Yaakov aliteni na מן האדום, האדום הזה, כי יעף אנוכי, על כן קרא שמו אדום.
Beautiful and blessing after.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Yasher Koah. Yasher Koah. So these are the.
This is how you do it.
How do you feel now?
Still shaking.
Still a little shaky. Okay. It's cold in here.
Not just that.
So Yasher Koach means keep doing what you're doing, and it's going to take you far. So Molly, we are really proud, but you're not done. Still got some stuff to do. Hugs and kisses for your parents, and you can go sit down and rest for a minute.
No, we're good. I'm good.
So with the Torah in front of us, we draw strength from its teaching as we think, you can have a seat, as we think about those who are in need of healing. Are we doing the whole?
Do a Mishberachi thing.
That,
Me to sing them first, and then we do names and things.
yeah, so the last one, we did the whole singing thing. I think we're going to do the chanting one, change it up a little for this bat mitzvah. So page 371, you can find our prayer for healing. If there's someone you are thinking of who is in need of healing, whether it's healing of the body, healing of the spirit, healing of the soul, we invite you to share those names at this time. If you're with us online, you can put it in the chat. If you're here with us in person, we invite you to share those names for healing at this time.
Mishaberach Avotenu v'imotenu Avraham, Yitzhak v'Yaakov Sarah, Rivka, Rachel v'Leah Hu yevarech hu yerapeh et hacholim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Imale rachamim aleichem lehachal imam lerapotam lachachazikam Beishlach lahem hera refuah shlema min hashamayim, refuat hanefesh urufat haguf, hashta bagalav izman kariv enomar. Amen.
May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. All right, let's stand as we return the Torah to the Ark. Annie, will you help us out again with dressing the Torah, please? Not return it to the Ark, we're just going to dress it and lift it. Whoop. All right, so first he's going to lift it up really high, and then we're going to dress it, okay?
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. תורה, 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 ציווה לנו משה. Everybody clap. תורה, 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 תורה. ציווה לנו משה, תורה ציווה לנו משה, תורה ציווה לנו משה, תורה ציווה לנו משה, תורה ציווה לנו משה, תורה, 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 ציווה לנו משה. Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe.
Do that together. Whoops. It's harder than it looks. All right, great job. You may be seated. Straight to speech, right? All right, Molly, everyone can be seated but you. You have chanted Torah for us so beautifully, but now is the time for you to tell us what your Torah portion has meant to you and what you have learned from it. Remember those yoga breaths we talked about? Yep, nice and slow because everyone wants to hear what you have to say, okay?
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
In my family, we have a saying that means a great deal to us. My mom has often said, I may not always like you, but I'll always love you. I didn't understand it when I was younger, but I understand it a lot more now. The reality is we don't always do the right thing or say the right thing. We may actually at times be hurtful. But whether it's a brief moment or a gesture that lasted a long time, we just might not like it and or like the person who said it. But my parents have taught us that no matter how we feel, in the end, we will always love each other, even if we don't like them for the moment. This phrase is all about tolerance, forgiveness, and getting real. In our family, we keep it real. Just as this phrase describes that forgiveness and love is at the heart of my family, there are families in the Torah who also model forgiveness and love, or not. On this Shabbat morning, we find ourselves in Parshat Toldot. This week's Torah portion is Toldot, or generations in Hebrew. We are in the first book of the Torah, Genesis. This portion tells the tale of two brothers, Jacob and Esau, and although they are twins, they are very different. Jacob is a house person, Esau is a huntsman. Esau sells his birthright for a bowl of soup and bread to his brother. Once their father was getting ill, he asked Esau, who was his favorite, to fetch him a meal to enjoy before giving him the blessing. Rebekah, the mother, hears this and tells Jacob, her favorite, to dress like Esau and cook up some meat to give to his father. He puts skins on his arms and lowers his voice to sound like his brother, so his father will give him the blessing that was supposed to be for Esau. So he does, and once he gives the meal to his father, Isaac gives Jacob the blessing. Esau comes back after hunting for his father and finds out that Jacob had pretended to be him. Isaac finds out that his son tricked him and becomes very disappointed in him. Rebekah tells Jacob that Esau is mad and will be mad for a very long time, so she tells him to leave and go to Paddan Aram. Isaac told Jacob not to get a wife from Canaan because he still cares about him and wants what is best for him. So Jacob goes to Paddan Aram and gets married, while Esau wants to kill Jacob for what he did. Later in the story, Jacob finds out that Esau is coming to visit, and what Esau does is hug Jacob. What was most interesting to me is that in this portion, Jacob tricks his father, he lies, and takes the birthright from his brother. Jacob makes a mistake, but we know that Isaac still loves and cares for him, because he still gives him marriage advice and wants what is best for him. This is just like in my family, where we tell each other, I will always love you, but in this moment, I don't like you. Jacob's father, Isaac, shows Jacob that he will always love him, even if he isn't always honest or sometimes makes a mistake. He's just keeping it real. It is so meaningful to me to see Isaac forgive Jacob. He shows he will love him even if he doesn't like him. That's an important lesson because families today need to be reminded that love is the most important thing. In a world where so many people argue and fight, we need to be reminded that we can still love one another even if we don't always like them or like what they believe in. Sometimes in my family, one person might have a moment of being dishonest about work or school or life. But we always know that at the end we will have a happily ever after because we know we love each other even if we might not always like each other. Being able to forgive is very important because when you express your feelings, you are letting it all out. Letting all the bad stuff get out helps you be able to love again. Studying for my bar mitzvah and learning this section of Torah has been so special because it has helped me connect to my Jewish roots, learn about what it means to love others, and be part of a community. Becoming a bar mitzvah means that I am an adult today in Jewish community. As Jewish adult, I hope to continue studying Torah and learning. There are a few people I want to thank for helping me. Thank you, Rabbi Mason Blocken and Kendall Seth, for helping me prepare for today. I want to thank my aunts and uncles and cousins for always being supportive and always cheering me on. Special shout out to my Aunt Kelly for working so hard to create all the wonderful favors Thank you, Bubby and Zadie, for being there for me during tough times. And Bubby, I love painting with you. It is so much fun and peaceful. Zadie, I love talking with you and with the dogs. And beyond grateful, you are feeling good. Thank you, Annie, for making me laugh when I felt like not practicing anymore, or even when I didn't think I needed to laugh. You often remind me not to take life so serious. Thank you, Daddy, for making me laugh and scratching my back when I felt stressed and supporting me. Thank you, Mommy, for supporting me and making sure I got all the help I needed, especially for bringing me to camp and giving me a place to be myself and find not only good friends, both old and young, but finding my Jewish self. Thank you to all my friends, both old and new, who have traveled from far away or down the street and here virtually. Hi. I am so happy you all can be here today. My deepest gratitude goes to my dear friend and big sister, Emily Hoffman. You've trained and tutored me for over a year all the way from the East, and there's no way would be here up today without you. I know my whole family is missing my Grammy very much today. However, I am absolutely convinced that not only is she here, but she sent you to do the job she did for so many. Thank you, and I love you. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Beautiful. Well, if we weren't all crying before, we certainly are now. Thank you, Molly. That was beautiful, beautiful. All right, you can kind of sort of relax for a minute.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of. We are going to invite Annie back up to open the ark. We're going to invite your parents back up too. Have a little family moment. Let's all stand.
יהללו את שם אדוני, כי נשגב שמו לבדו. הודו על ארץ ושמיים, וירם קרן לימו. תהילה לכל חסידיו, לבני ישראל עם קרובו. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
You're going to stand right here.
Lama chazikim ha betom hecha meushar derachecha darchei noam v'chol netivotecha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha benashuva. Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu kekedem.
Well, hello there. Here we are. Are you still shaking? Yes. And that's just because it's cold. That's just because it's adrenaline and love, and you're feeling the power of all of it in you. And that's because this is all in you. This is all in you. It has been such a delight to get to know you better. I've known you for a while now, but to get to know you better through this process, Molly. And you have just shared your light with Cantor and with myself and really brought your whole family to us in this really special way as we've gotten to work with you and prepare with you and study with you and chat with you as we get ready for your bat mitzvah. And you did it. I was saying to your parents earlier, like when these little babies are born, we always imagine what this day is going to look like and feel like. And now you're here and you've given your parents such joy. Look at their faces. They are just can't stop smiling. She's crying, he's giggling. It's perfect. It's exactly what you expected, right? So yesterday we went to Starbucks. You had a peppermint mocha with Irish cream foam. I'm going to order that next time because it looks really good.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Right?
Wow.
See, I've learned so much from you. But we chatted and we talked about what today meant and what you care about and what you're passionate about. And one of the things that we chatted about, because we share, is a love of Disney. You maybe love it more than me. But I also love it. And one of my favorite Disney movies when I was growing up was The Little Mermaid. You want to guess why I loved it? Because Ariel is a redhead. And you shared that you also love The Little Mermaid and that these really it's your favorite. Little Mermaid and Cinderella are your favorites. You like the older, more classic Disney movies, that you appreciate the art of the animation and the way it kind of looks like a drawing come to life. So when I think about The Little Mermaid, I love this movie too. I love the music and the characters and everything about it, but there's one thing that I don't like about it. I know, she's giving me a look right now. There's one thing I don't like, and it's that Ariel has these dreams of where she wants to go and what she wants to do and what she wants to be, and you're gonna have these dreams too. I know right now an RV in your parents' driveway sounds like the perfect life, but someday you're gonna want to go and be where the people are and walk down the, what's that word again? Street, right? You're gonna wanna do all of those things. And when Ariel goes and does that, she gives something up that's really important. What is it? Her family and her voice. That Ariel gives up her voice to have the dream that she always wanted. And this is the part that bothers me, Molly, and the part that I never want to see you do. You're going to use your voice to take you out to where the people are and to walk on the street and to share your insight and your compassion and your love with the world. Never, ever let your voice go, because you have important things to share. And look at all these people here who want to hear you share it. Your voice is going to take you so far. So yes, be like Ariel and go out and explore the world, but never let part of yourself go in order to do it. You hold on to who you are, because it's special and it's true. And as you do that, I want you to hold on to this stuff too. All this Jewish place, your special Jewish places, your home at Camp Harlem and your home at CBI here. We're going to be along with you for the journey. And we want you to come back and tell us all about it, okay? To stay connected, deeply connected to your Jewish community, because it's a part of that voice that you share. So with that, we offer you these words of blessing. May God bless you and may God keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elayich v'chunayich.
May God's face shine on you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elayich v'yasem lach shalom. Shalom.
May you always feel God's presence within you, and may you always be blessed with peace.
V'yasem lach shalom. Shalom.
Amen.
Amen. Siman tov
Mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, siman tov, Kehilah. Siman tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, siman tov, Kehilah.
Molly, our sweet Molly, today and always, you make us so proud. You know, Daddy and I often check in with you and your sister and ask, how are we doing as parents? Because we more than often look at each other and wonder who allowed us to have kids, especially since we often act like kids ourselves. We have been asking you both these questions since you were very young, and you have always answered with great enthusiasm, you are doing great. And then we follow up with, would you like different parents? And you immediately retort with, nope. And then you usually continue with reminding us that you are never leaving home, ever. But we can talk about that later. Back to why we are so proud. You made us proud when you took your first steps. You even made us proud when you discovered your crazy curly hair made for a great napkin. You made us proud when we got excellent reports from daycare and close to perfect report cards in school. You made us proud with all of your years on honor roll, when we knew it didn't always come easy, and you continue to make us proud to watch how incredibly hard you work in all of your subjects. You make me especially proud when I get the pleasure of seeing you run around camp, trying all of the things and giving it your all, embracing every moment and always trying to be your best self. and you make us proud to see what a good friend you are to all that meet you. You are warm and compassionate and empathetic. You are the friend that anyone can count on, to listen to and never judge. You made us proud watching you leave a school you've known since kindergarten to begin a new adventure and learn new things in a new way. And we are so proud of both of our girls for dealing with being students during a very stressful time, at a very stressful age, and you both do it with your best effort. You make us proud when you show patience and great restraint when your sister, and who are you kidding, even when your father or I are getting on your nerves. But we are most proud of you today as you stand up here and show all of our loved ones how hard you have worked and studied and struggled to learn to read and chant from the Torah. And all the times that you would rather watch Disney or Friends than practice your prayers, we are proud to feel that you most likely began all this preparation because you knew how important it was to us. But I can see now how important it is to you. You make us proud because you felt Grammy's presence with you at a very young age and understood how hard she worked and all she went through just to meet you. We know she is here with you and all of us watching and feeling proud. She gave you your middle name, Joy, and that is what I know she is feeling, just like all of us do watching you today, pure pride and joy. Oh, do you have anything to say?
Yes, what she said.
Okay, there you go. Love you very much.
I'm proud of you.
Okay.
Beautifully done. Jen Rabin, a representative from our board, please join us. We have some things for you, and Jen's going to explain all about it. Hold on, we got a lot of stuff down here. This is your lucky day. There we go. All right, so Jen, you come stand here by the mic. Molly, you come over here.
Can you hear me?
No.
Should I take mine off?
One of you should have it on, but you come stand like just right.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you sure? Okay. You're very generous. Very sweet of you. Hello, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. I'm Jennifer Rabin.
Shabbat shalom.
Representing Congregation Beth Israel today, and I am so very proud to be here, honestly. Just meeting you, Dina and Seth, a beautiful family, matching shoes and everything. Molly, you did a beautiful job, and I'm so proud to have learned from you today. So thank you for your words, really. But we'd love to give you some gifts for all of your hard work, not just our love, but some gifts are nice too to remember this day, right? So, but I also want to welcome everybody. Thank you for Zooming with us, and also for those of you who made the journey to be here with us. We welcome everyone here at our congregation, and we're very happy that we have been open and been able to still worship with all of you. But I want to give you this beautiful, and hopefully you will use it for your lifetime, Kiddush cup, and it actually says Mali Majid and the date on it. So we hope that you will use this for your Shabbat and for your holidays throughout your life. And then also we have for you this beautiful replica Torah that's also open to your Torah portion that you read so beautifully today. So beautiful, beautiful day. And then also we have a certificate here from B'nai Zedek, our Phoenix Jewish Community Foundation here in Greater Phoenix, B'nai Zedek Fund, where we start a philanthropy funds for you so that you can use them as you wish in the community. So we have a certificate here. So Mazel Tov to you and to your family and to all of you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Next, Molly, we have something special. We have a representative from your other Jewish home. Thank you, Jen, so much. Emily, if you'll come share a few words on behalf of Camp Harlem. Yeah, I'll come back and get that, okay?
Hey. On this sacred day, there are many family and friends sharing in your joy. The Camp Harlem community that you are a part of and with whom you experience the magic of summer in a place where Judaism is lived and learned is celebrating this accomplishment with you. Today, you so beautifully demonstrated the traditions and the values that you have learned, and on behalf of Camp Harlem, I'm honored to present with you a Camp Harlem challah cover that we hope to be part of your special Shabbat celebrations for years to come. May the pride and joy you feel today match the ruach you feel while wearing white on Chapel on the Hill and at each and every Shabbat celebration in your bright future.
I love that. Let's take some notes for Camp Stein. I like that idea.
Love you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Emily. Molly, you can relax for just a minute, though. We're almost there. We're almost there. Well, thank you all so much for sharing those gifts with us and with Molly. What's that? We did not present her Siddur. We're not done yet. I knew that already.
I will never doubt you again.
We got one more for you.
Is this the, oh, there we go. Hi. How are you? Good. Couldn't let that moment go by without me speaking and saying a couple of words to you. But to echo what everybody said, you did an absolutely amazing job. And when I met you for that time, about 4 years ago, and you were thinking, do I really want to go to religious school? I said, yeah, just give it a chance. It's going to be okay. And then when we were meeting on that meet and greet on Zoom, am I going to be able to do this? Yes, it'll be okay. You obviously did it. And in the words of only an artist that maybe your parents know and everybody else, this is how you do it. You really rocked it. Awesome, awesome job. So I am here to present to you your Siddur. Yeah. Is that the right one? Nope. Is that yours? Is that the one? Okay. Luke, you forgot your Siddur. Anyway, but we can have this up with you because you know we're very, very good friends. So anyway, this is your Siddur. And you have used it beautifully, and you've chanted from it. But more importantly, this is a representation of your love of Judaism and your deep commitment to not only Camp Harlem, we love Camp Harlem, but also to your congregational family here at CBI. So on behalf of Rabbi Stephen Kahn, Rabbi Sarah Mason-Barkin, and your second favorite Seth, Cantor Seth Ettinger, we lovingly bestow this Siddur on you. I know that you will be studying and singing with us for many, many years to come, and so use this in good health, and just know that we are very, very proud of you. Mazel tov. Thank you. Molly, not Luke, Molly.
We're going to ask everybody to stand as we turn to Aleinu, our concluding prayers, page 586. Molly gets to sit, but she can also stand, but take a real deep breath, because you did it. 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
At this time, we turn our thoughts to those who are no longer with us. We think of those who have died in recent days, and we think of those who have died in years past. We think of all those generations, Molly, of your family who we know would be quelling to be here today. We've heard a lot of mention of your Grammy, and we also think of all of those people, all of those generations who have brought you to be who you are today. So with that in mind, we turn to Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'elma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'vyomechon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudashah barichu. Le'ek min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all those who are in mourning, and comfort to all who are bereaved, as we say together, Amen. You may be seated.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Amo Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom, everybody now, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Keep it going. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Do you know it off the top of your head? Yeah, you do. Baruch atah. Nice. Well, hold on. Let's go start that over. Stand in front of the microphone. Yep.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. L'chaim. Is there a special Camp Harlem way of doing motzi?
Do you do the Baruch El, any of that stuff?
Nope.
No?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
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 Have a little challah, share it with your family.
You want
And
some?
mazel tov!
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov!